The first ever United Nations Habitat General Assembly kicked off in Nairobi with the need to address the gulf between the number of decent houses available for occupation and the demand coming into sharp focus. New concepts such as the need for building affordable houses that also take into account environmentally friendly cooling systems were brought forth. Alex Mwangi sat in through the first session of the Assembly and compiled this report.
Shelter is one of the basic human needs, and its provision in adequate quantities has proved problematic for modern-day governments.
The overwhelming majority of people living in cities do not breathe clean air, and nearly 1 billion people could live in cities with perennial water shortages in 2050.
I am aware that progress has been slow, largely in part because of financial and institutional constraints at UN Habitat, but also due to member states' inefficient capacity to interpret, implement, and report on progress on urban agenda.
It is estimated that 70% of the world's population will be living in cities by the year 2050. Currently, 1 in 3 houses in urban settlements globally is in a slum area.
These trends call for collective efforts to be innovative and bold in the way we approach and implement urban growth, so that tomorrow's cities provide opportunities and better living conditions for all.
Creative solutions that encompass issues such as preserving the cultural practices of communities were proposed.
And in Africa, I have found that we are not listening enough to the cultural values of our communities and representing them on the visual and practical levels that we see in urbanization. Africans at heart are communal people. How is that represented in blocks of flats with tiny spaces for communities?
The challenge of providing sufficient decent houses for the world's growing population, and in particular the youth, remains a thorn in the flesh for policymakers the world over. It is hoped that the strategies and plans that will come out from this inaugural UN Habitat General Assembly, coupled with political will from various governments around the world, will be sufficient to stem the looming housing crisis in years to come. Alex Mwangi, NTV.